Hello, the game has started. It's my opponent to go first. I've got the Q and no I or U or A to get rid of it. If my opponent plays an A, I would have cat. Rack leave not great. Opponent's gone already. He's back. So what if I can't play the Q? I guess it depends how much I can get for my remaining tiles. The Q's worth about -13, so if I can get more than that with what's on my rack, then probably worth playing rather than changing. The G and the Q go together particularly badly, so I'd be looking to play off the H and the G. The H for score and the G to get rid of a non-synergetic tile. The T is quite useful with the Q because of cat. So a play of hog might be better than changing. If I did change, I'd keep EHT. Goth is good, but that burns the T. The E is a useful vowel, but not a great vowel with the Q. The U is the best vowel, then the I because of QI, and then the A because of cat. O and D at the bottom of the list of vowels to go with Q. Opponent taking a while with his opening move. If he bingos, I'm in a pretty grim position. He doesn't, and he provides a nice spot for my Q, and I think this is the only Q play. So I'm playing this. W and H have some synergy. Ice has a number of hooks at the beginning and the end, but as a three-letter play, played centrally, plays in columns 6 and 10 utilising those hooks don't get doubled, so not as dangerous as they might otherwise be. And the Q interrupted column 6. Now, this is good because tack takes an E. I've got E's. I want to play off W and the H. I don't think I can play off the G as well. Just pausing in case I've got a bingo with this rack. Unlikely. Can't see one. So, a play of WH double E, leaving got. 2 places to play it. I think this is best, because 1 to the right gives access to the triple word square. Am I missing anything? In particular, am I missing a longer word in this spot? I don't think so. 28. Not bad. That looks pretty close to a bingo. And if not, I should be able to leave a decent rack leave. Through an M, I would have tomogram. So what do I have as a floater? I've got the C. Can't see anything with that. I've got the E, so I've got the AGE ending. Motorage not good. Gate room not good. So then I have W and H, which look less likely. Okay, so I can't see anything, but a play of moo would leave a decent rack leave, and that plays in row L. In fact, plays in row L underneath we. "18 minutes on my clock." Tice takes nothing in front. He takes a D and an S at the end. It doesn't take an R. Chi takes an N and an S. We takes a few floaters, including L and N, but not a particularly hot hook. in the absence of premium squares. So what if my spot is blocked? And I've also got groom in that spot for 10 more points. Probably worth doing. The G not massively dangerous in column 1, especially if it covers the double letter square. Opponent again taking a while with his move. He only kept 3 tiles after Tice. But Tice is quite a bingo-y set of 4 tiles, so he could have been close to a bingo. Now, is there anything else I need to consider? Take takes an R after it of the tiles on my rack. But it would take a bingo to reach the double word square. Okay, so opponent plays where I was going to play. Not too surprising. It was a reasonable spot. And I'm immediately looking in row M. I would have to begin under WE because I don't have an E. M and T can go after high. Well, this is going to be tricky. Do I have anything? Wem is good, but then I don't have a tile for going under HI. Okay, maybe I should abandon that and consider plays in column 3. Do I have anything which goes in front of REI? No, and I don't think anything does. B does. Okay, well, I can't do anything about that. So, what about mower? Not a great rack leave. But what can I do about that? I don't think I can do anything about that in this spot. 26 is a reasonable score. The rack leave isn't a disaster. Great, I draw an S. The rest of the rack not fabulous. I've drawn the second W. But a play of wag would leave an okay rack leave. Wow, 67 points for my opponent. He's now 50 points in the lead. That's painful. He's had to burn the blank to achieve that, though, which is good. And if he's had the blank, that may have explained the time he spent on his first 2 moves, perhaps looking for a bingo. Now, column 1, my O can go next to the P. Only now, I've just noticed that Zoe takes an A. I haven't seen a word yet. Do I have a word which fits this pattern? I don't think I do, which is a little disappointing. Nope. So, forgetting about the A, do I have a play which ends OT? Well, what does? Not great keeping duplicate A, but not terrible, and 34 points is a good score. Is there anything better? I don't think so. I draw another A. But Fanger would sort the rack out, as would Fangers. Well, opponent draws the B, 48 points. He's now in, well, only a 60-point lead, so he hasn't disappeared off into the distance. But I want to keep this board open. I can play Fangers down here for 27 points, creating a hotspot next to the A, but that's keeping all of the bingo lanes around Tice available. So this could be massively punished if my opponent has a double-double bingo beginning with A. However, 27 points is good. The alternative would be to play around Tice, keeping free column 4 for bingos ending E and S. So I could play Fanger across here, retaining the S for 23 points. I think that's a better play, providing a bunch of floaters. Yeah. And then do I play it above or below the E of Tice? Well, what vowels go in front of G? A and U. What goes under G? I and O. I think I'll go with this. Well, not great. I could do with an E. I haven't had one since my opening rack. Or since I played Wii, rather. So through an N, I would have failings. At the moment, I've got a double-double in column 11. Will that stay available? Well, it might if my opponent plays a 3-letter play. Otherwise, it won't be. And I don't have an alternative bingo. And in the absence of a bingo, I'll be looking to play off F and I as a minimum. My F doesn't go underneath the A. It would have gone above the A if I'd played Fanger above Tice. I guess I've got Fig above Fanger if failings is blocked. However, both of those could be blocked. I'm 37 points behind with my opponent on turn. Still 3 S's and a blank to come. Moa takes an S, so row N available for bingos beginning D something S, as well as bingos beginning with S. Great, look at this. This is fantastic. So, failings 98, back in the game. And that is a good pickup. I have Dilator. Does that go anywhere? And adroitly onto a Y, but not beginning with a Y. Van has taken out the Tom hook. Fanger only takes an S. 32 for my opponent, so we're neck and neck, but I'm on turn and I've got a good rack. Through an O, I would have Toroidal. Do I really have nothing through the floating A of Fanger or I of Tiny? Idolater requires an O. This could be a crucial point if there is a bingo here and I don't see it. 13 minutes on my clock. So, apart from the A and the I, what else is there? There's the T. That doesn't look promising. Although, in the absence of a bingo, I got adroit. Dilatator through AT. That's not available. The R not available with the tiles on my rack. EF. Doesn't look promising. So what about an A? Train load as an 11. Sorry, as a 9-letter play. Well, it's not coming to me. So I've got the oid ending with Lart. Is there anywhere for Dilator as a 7? Just confirming that Fanger, in my mind, that Fanger doesn't take anything. And I don't think it does. So what about the S? The S would have to be in exactly 4th position. So does Dilators have an anagram? Dilators, can't think of one. So do I play adroit? Only 21 points. Painful. And that doesn't look good. The O above the triple letter square, that invites a 30 or 40 point response, or even a 5-letter play for 50 or 60. So I'm bringing that back. The G is only just a floater. Adroitly and dilatory are the Y plays. So what about playing told? 15 points. And this 5-letter spot is still available in row B. 11 minutes on my clock. This looked a great rack. I had a bingo sitting on the rack, but there's nowhere to play it, and it's now problematic. Now, QI is good, so column 8 is available for plays or bingos ending IC. I don't think I have one. Okay, opponent's gone, but he's gone before and come back. Can't see anything ending IC. But maybe a play of low tick, keeping rad, would be worth considering. 19 points, but it's quite a nice rack leave. It does leave open rows A and B for big scores. So while my opponent is thinking about coming back, am I sure I don't have anything through T or I? Well, not that I can see with the T. I didn't like adroit because of the score and the O above the triple letter square. But all I need to do is put a consonant above that triple letter square to nullify high scoring plays in A and B. So maybe that's what I should do. But how best to do that? I can't just play dilator because that stops one square short of the triple word square. So what about plays beginning above this triple letter square? And I'm looking for 6-letter plays with a T in third place. Can't see anything with the D. What about the L? No. What about the R? No. What about the T? No. So what about plays ending consonant something T? Well, surely there is one. I'm really surprised I'm struggling with this. I'm going with told. If my opponent does have a high scoring play in row B, he'll probably be opening up row A. Horrendous. No scoring tiles, no bingo, and duplicates. And that was a dismal score for told. So I'm sure that wasn't optimal. I've still got the I for going in front of the C. Great, only 15 points for my opponent. So I can sort this out by playing erratic. 20 points and a decent rack leave. I'm just wondering, do I have urticant through an N? No, I don't. I'm going back to this. Erratic for 20. That's not too bad. Could be a bingo here, but if not, I've got a scoring tile in the H, and a play of OOH would leave rent. I've got a 30-point lead, which is slender, and will be a 30-point or 40 or more deficit should my opponent bingo. So first things first, do I have a bingo? Through E something A, I would have Enothera. Opponent's taking out DY and also the mower hook with his IO play. Great, only 17 points for my opponent. He's had a couple of low-scoring plays, which has kept me in the game and kept me in the lead. So do I have a bingo through the B? I don't feel that I do. Can't see anything there. Can't see anything through LA. What about the S? Not seeing anything there. Now, UR and A. U doesn't look great unless it ends out. R, can't see anything. What about the A? Can't see anything. So, where are my OO and WHO spots? And do I have anything with the H tripled? No. Can't see a way of getting my H tripled here. Now, what about this play next to the I? Well, I can't see a way of getting rid of any of the O's in that spot. UH is good, but again, it's a matter of getting rid of the O's. I don't want to play OOH because that opens up row A. I'm thinking about playing WHO in this spot. A little bit dangerous given my opponent's low-scoring plays. He could be sitting with a bingo which gets slapped down. However, I've got a decent rat leave and there are floaters in erratic. Still doesn't feel good. Only 17 points, so I suspect this is going to be a better play. Only 3 fewer points and providing fewer opportunities. Really just a play down from the O, which is going to provide a ton of floaters. Can I do better than either of those plays? Ola not good, otherwise I could have had Oh-ho. No, I'm going with this. Quite nice. Dextrins are from a D. Do I have anything through U, R, or A? I don't think I do. However, I have X, XI, and EA. I should know how to pronounce XI, and I don't. Possibly Chi. Anyway, I have X, or Axe. Opponent's gone again. He must have a flaky connection. And if that Axe spot is blocked, I've got Oxters in column 15. I don't think I can get my X doubled and then tripled. So I have a lead of 26 points, but if my opponent doesn't bingo, I should be able to establish a lead that is more capable of surviving a bingo. Still 25 tiles in the bag. Two Ds to come, but I think it's unlikely that Dextrins will be playable. So, are there any other X spots? Great, my opponent has returned. 11 minutes on his clock, 9 on mine. Now, what about row B for a play? Well, I thought for a moment I had X-tine, but I don't, and LE isn't good anyway. So I can't see a play getting the X tripled. I can't think of any 4-letter front extensions of told. My opponent's player Io has really choked up the bottom left of the board. There are hooks for take and we, but they're not available for bingos, and they don't access any really good premium squares, just double letter squares in each case. So if axe is blocked, is Oxter's my play? Can I reach the triple without using the S? I don't think so. I've got next and taken, but I think that's significantly inferior to either of the two plays I've considered. Phi takes nothing before or after it, so columns 10 and 13 have been taken out by that. Again, opponent taking a worrying amount of time on this move. He could well have that second blank. And the floaters in erratic may be just what he needs. They're pretty much the only bingo lanes available. Who has taken out S as a floater, apart from a massive and unlikely overlap, and who has also taken out B and O as floaters. So I hadn't really considered the bingo killing potential of Who. I was merely sorting my rack out, but in fact that's worked out quite nicely given my slender lead. However, what it does mean is that if my opponent bingos through erratic, then there will be limited opportunities to bingo back. However, a play of axe or oxters will keep me in the game. Opponent disappeared again. Let me see where he's playing from. Africa. Okay. If we get disconnected, usually due to internet failure, fair enough. Okay, well, I guess we just need to wait for him to hopefully return. Now, I've just noticed that I would have extranets or externats through ET. That's not available. Okay, my opponent didn't make it back that time, which is pretty unfortunate given how tightly the game was balanced. So the game has been adjudicated in my favour, not the way I like to win these games. Let's see what I missed. And hopefully see what my opponent's last rack was as well. So, nice rack for my opponent. And he has layer size. Wow. And plays ice. My rack, I played chi. I still like that. Opponent's rack, well, Zikurat and Britska, difficult to see. Plays tack. Now, Thiao. I think that is a better play than we. It scores more and it retains the E. So, we not optimal. Opponent's rack, no bingo available, but some 60-point Z plays. He plays Rye for 21. Nothing better than, or obviously better than Moa. And look at this, horrible rack for my opponent. But he's able to get 67 points using his blank. My rack, D1, Awato. Yep, pretty nice. 39 points or 46 using the S. I played What for 34. Yeah, I think Awato is slightly better. not massively. Not a nice rack for my opponent, but he's got the B and is able to score well, 48 points. He's now 60 points ahead. I'm stuck with 3 A's. G9, Fanger. Well, that's what I was considering, above or below the E. Opponent's rack. He plays Van, which is perfect because Failings is the only playable bingo. Opponent plays Tiny, and now this was an agonising rack because I have a bingo and nowhere to play it. I thought for one moment that was Dilator being played, but you can see here the cause of my anguish. There were only plays available in the low 20s and they all wrecked the rack. So in the end, I think Told is just about okay. Opponent. Now, is this where my opponent bailed? No, he plays IO. Okay, and then I have this rack. And I play Erratic for 20. Toric also available in the same spot. Maybe slightly better. Not placing a vowel next to a double letter square, but not much between those. Opponent plays Lob. And now I play Who, which isn't on this list. But I think Rent is a much better rack leave than Troon. E10. Well, I think EH does have some merit. 28 points is a decent score. I am in the lead, and this does take out a scoring spot for my opponent should he have the X and interfere with the A as a floater. So I think probably on balance, EH a better play. And look, no O's to come. So I think that confirms my opinion. Opponent's rack. Okay, so this is when he left. I think he probably was just suffering technical difficulties, as mentioned in his finger notes. He certainly wouldn't be looking for a bingo with this rack. And it's not a terrible rack. It's just a rack you'd need to spend a little bit of time on trying to find the best play. So, for example, JAI is available in row B. Anyway, we don't know what he would have played. He did lose connection and the game was adjudicated in my favour. But I hope you enjoyed watching that game, and I will see you next time.